In early June 2025, tech billionaire Elon Musk and former President Donald Trump engaged in an explosive social media feud.
The bromance is over.
The alliance between the world's richest man imploding right now in real time before our very eyes.
And it isn't just eyebrow-raising headlines. Musk publicly lambasted a new spending bill as a disgusting abomination, stacked with pork barrel spending. In response, Trump took to his platform, Truth Social, to hit back at Musk's criticism. He called Musk crazy and even threatened to cancel federal contracts and subsidies for Musk companies. This war of words immediately rippled through markets. Tesla's stock wobbled, and Dogecoin, the meme coin Musk loves, tumbled about 7% as the spat intensified. In this video, we trace a sequence of tweets, threats, and market moves, and examine what it might mean for Musk companies like SpaceX, Tesla, and Starlink. The alliance that built an empire.
Of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in our country, some of whom are sitting here right now.
The relationship between Musk and Trump initially appeared to be a match made in political heaven. Musk's support proved crucial during the 2024 election, with the tech mogul boldly claiming that without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Musk donated at least $288 million to help elect President Donald Trump and other Republican candidates in 2024 election. Following Trump's victory, Musk was rewarded with the establishment of the Department of Government Efficiency.
I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. Doge. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps.
Doge, a role that perfectly aligned with his reputation for aggressive, cost-cutting, and operational optimization. The department was tasked with an ambitious mandate to reduce government spending, with Musk initially pledging to cut at least $200 trillion from the federal government budget. This massive undertaking represented not just a policy initiative, but a potential pathway for Musk to reshape the federal government while simultaneously positioning his companies for expanded government partnerships. The Doge initiative claimed remarkable early success, with Trump telling the BBC that the department had achieved almost $200 billion and rising fast in savings. The agency reported average savings of more than $10 billion per week since Trump entered office, focusing on canceling contracts, grants, and leases from previous administrations while tackling fraud and reducing the government workforce. The cracks began to show.
But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
The first signs of tension emerged over legislation that would become the flashpoint for their eventual break. Trump publicly expressed disappointment with Musk's criticism of what appears to be a significant piece of legislation, stating, "I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill."
And, you know, Elon knew this from the beginning.
This accusation struck at the heart of their working relationship, suggesting that Musk had been duplicitous in his public stance. Musk responded in real time via X as Trump gave his press conference, calling Trump's allegation false and providing his own version of events. This bill was never shown to me even once and was passed in the dead of night so fast that almost no one in Congress could even read it. This exchange revealed fundamental disagreements about transparency and process that would prove impossible to reconcile. The speed and secrecy with which the legislation was allegedly passed became a central point of contention, with Musk positioning himself as an advocate for transparency against what he characterized as backdoor dealing. The dispute quickly escalated beyond policy disagreements into personal territory. Musk's sense of betrayal was palpable in his response, where he emphasized his electoral contributions while expressing frustration at what he perceived as ingratitude. Such ingratitude, he declared, after reminding Trump of his crucial role in the election outcome. This marked a critical shift from policy disagreement to personal grievance, setting the stage for the explosive confrontation that would follow. The point of no return. The feud reached its explosive climax when Musk crossed a line that made reconciliation virtually impossible. When a post in X, which went viral, said, "President versus Elon. Who wins? My money's on Elon. Trump should be impeached and J.D. Vance should replace him." Musk's simple response of yes sent shockwaves through American politics. This wasn't merely criticism of policy or process. It was a direct call for the removal of a sitting president by someone who had been instrumental in putting him in office. Musk didn't stop there, making allegations that would further inflame tensions. He claimed that Trump appears in the Epstein files, a reference to documents related to Jeffrey Epstein that have been the subject of intense public speculation. This accusation added a deeply personal and potentially damaging element to their conflict, moving far beyond policy disagreements into character assassination territory. Musk also reminded congressional Republicans of his longevity compared to Trump's term-limited presidency, stating that he'll be around a lot longer than the president, effectively positioning himself as a more valuable long-term ally. Trump's response was equally decisive and final. In an interview with NBC, he made clear that it is over.
I have no intention of speaking to him, President Trump told Kristen Welker, moderator of Meet the Press.
Trump issued a stark warning about potential consequences, stating that there would be very strong and very serious consequences if Elon Musk tried to fund the opposing party.
He also warned Musk not to retaliate politically by funding Democrats. The president said he'll have to pay very serious consequences if he does that.
While Trump declined to specify exactly what these consequences might entail, the implication for Musk's extensive government contracts were ominous and clear. The business empire at risk.
Elon Musk going head-to-head with President Trump, shareholders taking that in a bad way.
The timing of this feud couldn't be worse for Musk's business interests, which have become increasingly dependent on government contracts and favorable regulatory treatment. SpaceX's $22 billion federal contract portfolio faces existential threats. The company's Dragon spacecraft, currently the only U.S. vehicle certified for International Space Station ISS crew transport, supports $15 billion in NASA commitments through 2030. Cancellation would delay Artemis moon landings by 3 to 5 years, force NASA to rely on Russian Soyuz capsules at triple the cost, jeopardize 4,200 high-tech jobs in Texas and Florida. Military contracts present another vulnerability. SpaceX provides 65% of classified satellite launches for the Space Force through its Falcon Heavy rockets. Losing these missions could cede orbital dominance to competitors like United Launch Alliance, ULA, which maintains closer Pentagon ties. The Starlink constellation, despite modest current federal contracts, $4.1 billion in 2022, risks losing $12 billion in potential Defense Department broadband agreements. Tesla faces a perfect storm of regulatory and financial challenges stemming from the feud. The proposed elimination of the $7,500 federal EV tax credit, previously dismissed by Musk as unnecessary, now threatens to accelerate Tesla's recent sales decline. In 2024, Tesla recorded its first annual sales drop, with Q1 2025 net income plunging 71%. Analysts estimate credit removal could reduce U.S. EV demand by 18 to 24%, forcing Tesla to either absorb price cuts or risk market share erosion. The company's energy division also hangs in the balance. Trump's Department of Energy is reviewing $2.3 billion in solar and battery storage tax credits that Tesla heavily uses for its Powerwall and solar roof products. Abrupt termination could destabilize 37% of Tesla Energy's projected 2025 revenue. Compounding these issues, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA, has reopened investigations into autopilot safety, a move industry observers link to political pressure. Musk's Starlink could also face repercussions. The Federal Communications Commission, FCC, has paused approval for Starlink Gen 2 satellites, citing national security concerns that could block 40,000 planned units. This regulatory stonewalling threatens Musk's goal of global coverage by 2027. Congressional and political dynamics.
And are you not shocked by the allegations that he's in the Epstein files?
No, I don't give a shit.
The feud has created an unprecedented situation where congressional Republicans find themselves caught between two powerful figures who were instrumental in their party's recent electoral success. Musk's reminder that he'll be around a lot longer than the president was clearly directed at these legislators, suggesting they should consider their long-term relationships carefully. This dynamic creates pressure for Republicans to choose sides in a conflict that serves neither their political interests nor their policy goals. Democrats, meanwhile, are watching this conflict with barely concealed satisfaction.
For the Democrats, the schadenfreude was only too visible.
It was inevitable. We knew this was going to happen. This was like forecast that this would be something like the brick of a Macbeth play.
The breakdown of the Trump-Musk alliance removes a significant source of funding and technological expertise from Republican politics, while potentially opening opportunities to court Musk's support, despite Trump's warnings about funding the opposition. Future scenarios and implications. The resolution of this conflict will likely determine not just the fate of specific government contracts, but the broader relationship between government and private industry in critical sectors like space exploration and transportation electrification. If Trump follows through on his threats, it could signal a return to more traditional government contracting approaches, potentially slowing innovation, but reducing dependence on individual personalities and relationships. The Musk-Trump feud represents more than a personal falling out between two powerful figures. It illustrates the risk inherent in the increasing convergence of business and politics in contemporary America. Musk's companies have achieved remarkable success, partly through strategic government partnerships. But this latest conflict demonstrates how quickly political relationships can shift and threaten business interests. As both sides dig in for what appears to be a prolonged battle, the ultimate losers may be American taxpayers and the broader goals of technological advancement that both Trump and Musk claim to champion. So with that in mind, we will leave it right here. Do give this video a thumbs up, and we will see you in the next one.